White Sargasso Sea, Rhys. After I had waited half an hour and knocked at the, After I had waited half an hour and knocked at her door. There was no answer, so I asked Baptist to bring me something to eat. He was sitting under the Seville orange tree at the end of the veranda. He served the food with such a mournful expression that I thought these people are very vulnerable. How old was I when I learned to hide what I felt? A very small boy, 6'5", even earlier. It was necessary, I was told, and that view I have always accepted. If these mountains challenge me, the Baptist's face or Antoinette's eyes, they're mistaken, melodramatic, unreal. And England must be quite unreal and like a dream, she said. The rum punch I had drunk was very strong, and after the meal was over, I had a great wish to sleep. Why not? This is the time when everybody sleeps. I imagined the dogs and the cats, the cocks and hens all sleeping, even the water in the river running more slowly. I woke up, thought at once of Antoinette, and opened the door into her room. But she was sleeping too. Her back was towards me, and she was quite still. I looked out of the window. The silence was disturbing, absolute. I would have welcomed the sound of a dog barking, a man sawing food. Nothing. Silence. Heat. It was heat. It was 5 minutes. It was 5 minutes to 3. I went out following the path I could see from my window. It must have rained heavily during the night, and for the red clay was very muddy. I passed a sparse plantation of coffee trees, then straggly guava bushes. As I walked, I remember my father's face and his thin lips. My brother's round, conceited eyes. They knew, and Richard, the fool, he knew too. And the girl with her blank smiling face, they all knew. I began to talk very quickly. Then I stopped because the light was different. A green light. I had reached to the forest, and you cannot mistake the forest. It's hostile. The path was overdrawn, but it was possible to follow it. I went on without looking at the tall trees on either side. Once I stepped over a fallen dog swarming with white ants. How can one discover truth? I thought, and that thought led me nowhere. No one would tell me the truth. Not my father, nor Richard Mason, certainly not the girl I married. I stood still, so sure I was being watched, and I looked over my shoulder. Nothing but trees and the green lights under the trees. A track was just visible, and I went on, glancing from side to side and sometimes quickly behind me. This was why I stubbed my foot on a stone and nearly fell. The stone I had tripped on was not a boulder, but part of the paved road. There had been a paved road through the forest. The track led me to a large clear space. Here were the ruins of a stone house, and round the ruins roses trees that had grown to an incredible height. At the back of the ruins a wild orange tree covered with fruit, the leaves a dark green, a beautiful place, and calm, so calm that it seemed foolish to think or plan. What had I to think about? How could I plan? Under the orange tree I noticed little bunches of flowers tied with grass. I don't know how long it was before I began to feel chilly. The light had changed, and the shadows were long. I had better get back before dark, I thought. Then I saw a little girl carrying a large basket on her head. I met her eye, and to my astonishment she screamed loudly, threw up her arms, and ran. The basket fell off. I called after her, but she screamed again and ran faster. She nodded me as she ran, a small frightened sound, then she disappeared. I must be within a few minutes of a path, I thought, but after I had walked for what seemed a long time, I found I found the undergrowth. I found the undergrowth and the creepers caught at my legs, and the trees closed over my head. I decided to go back to the clearing and start again, with the same result. It was getting dark. It was useless to tell myself that I was not far from the house. I was lost and afraid among these enemy trees, so certain of danger that when I heard footsteps and a shout, I did not answer. The footsteps and the voice came earlier, nearer, nearer. Then I shouted back. I did not recognize Baptiste at first. He was wearing blue cotton trousers pulled down above his knees and a broad ornamented belt round his slim waist. His machete was in his hand, and the light caught the razor-sharp blue-white edge. He did not smile when he saw me. "We looked for you a long time," he said. "I got lost." He grunted in answer and led the way, walking in front of me very quickly and cutting off any branch or creeper that stopped us with an easy swing of his machete. I said, "There was a road here once. Where did it lead to?" "No road," he said, "but I saw it. A pavé road like a French made in the islands." "No road. Who lived in that house?" "They say a priest. Pierre Lelièvre. He lived a long time ago." "A child passed," I said. She seemed very frightened when she saw me. "Is there something wrong about this place?" She shrugged his shoulders. "Is there a ghost, a zombie here?" I persisted. Don't know nothing about all the foolishness. "There was a road here sometime." "No road," he repeated obstinately. It was nearly dark when we were back on the red clay path. He walked more slowly, turned and smiled at me. It was as if he'd put his service mask on a savage, reproachful face I had seen. "You don't like the woods at night? You don't like the woods at night?" He did not answer, but pointed to a light and said, "It's a long time I've been looking for you. Miss Antoinette frightened you come to harm." When we reached the house, I felt very weary. You catch fever," he said. You catch fever," he said. I've had that already. No limit, no times you catch fever." There was no one on the veranda and no sound from the house. We both stood in this road looking up. Then he said, I sent the girl to you, master. Hilda brought me a large bowl of soup and some fruit. I tried the door into Antonette's room. It was bolted and there was no light. Hilda giggled, a nervous giggle. I told her that I did not want anything to eat, to bring me the decanter of rum and a glass. I drank. Then I took up the book I had been reading. The Glittering Coronet of Isles, it was called, and I turned to the chapter OB. A zombie is a dead person who seems to be alive, or a living person who is dead. A zombie can also be a spirit of a place, usually malignant, but sometimes to be propitiated with sacrifices or offering of flowers and fruit. I thought at once of the bunches of flowers at the priest's ruined house. They cry out in the wind, that is their voice. They rage in the sea, that is their anger. So I was told, but I have noticed that Negroes, as a rule, refuse to discuss the black magic in which so many believe. Voodoo, as it is called in Haiti, Aubeg in some of the islands, another name in South America. They refuse matters be telling lies if pressed. The white people, sometimes credulous, pretended to dismiss the whole thing as nonsense. Cases of sudden or mysterious death are attributed to a poison known to the Negroes which cannot be traced. It is further complicated by... I did not look up, though I saw him at the window, but rode on without thinking till I came to the rocks. People here call them moans moors, the dead ones. Preston shrieked at them. They say horses always do. Then he stumbled badly, so I dismounted and walked along with the bridle over my arm. It was getting hot and I was tired when I reached the path to Christophine's two-roomed house, a roof shingled. The roof shingled, not thatched. She was sitting on a box under her mango tree, smoking a white clay pipe, and she called out, "It's you, Antoinette? Why you come up here so early?" "I just wanted to see you," I said. She helped me loosen Preston's girth and led him to a stream nearby. He drank as if he were very thirsty, then shook himself and snorted. Water flew out in his nostrils. We left him cropping grass and went back to the mango tree. She sat on her box and pushed another towards me, but I knelt close to her, touching a thin silver bangle that she always wore. You smell the same," I said. You come all this long way to tell me that?" she said. Her clothes smelled of clean cotton, starched and ironed. I had seen her so often standing knees deep in the river at Colibri, her long skirt hitched up, washing her dresses and her white shifts, then beating them against the stones. Sometimes there will be other women, all bringing their washing down the stones again and again, a gay busy noise. At last they would spread the wet clothes in the sun, wipe their foreheads, start laughing and talking. She smelled too, of their smell, so warm and comforting to me. But he does not like it. The sky was dark blue through the dark green mango leaves, and I thought, this is my place, and this is where I belong, and this is where I wish to stay. Then I thought, what a beautiful tree, but it is too high up here for mangoes, and it may never bear fruit. And I thought of lying alone in my bed, with the soft silk cotton mattress and fine sheets, listening. At last I said, "Christophine, he does not love me. I think he hates me. He always sleeps in his dressing room now, and the servants know. If I get angry, he is scornful and silent. Sometimes he does not speak to me for hours and I cannot endure it. I cannot endure it anymore. I cannot. What shall I do?" "He was not like that at first," I said. "Pink and red hibiscus grew in front of her door." She lit her pipe and did not answer. "Answer me," I said. She puffed out a loud of smoke. "You ask me a hard thing. I tell you a hard thing. Pack up and go. Go where? To some strange place where I shall never see him? No, I will not. Then everyone, not only the servants, will laugh at me." "It's not you they laugh at. If you go, they laugh at him. I will not do that. Why you ask me if when I answer you say no? If when I answer you say no? Why you come up here if when I tell you the truth you say no? But there must be something else I can do." She looked gloomy. "When men don't love you, more you try, more he hate you. Men like that, if you love them, they treat you bad. If you don't love them, they after you night and they bothering your soul case out. I hear about you and your husband," she said. But I cannot go. He's my husband after all. She spat over her shoulder. All women, all colors, nothing but fools. 3 children I have, one living in this world, each one a different father, but no husband. I thank my God I keep my money. I don't give it to no worthless man. When must I go? Where must I go? But look, but look me trouble, a rich white girl like you and more foolish than the rest. A man don't treat you good, pick up your skirt and walk out. Do it and he come after you. He will not come after me, and you must understand I am not rich now. I have no money of my own at all. Everything I have belongs to him. What you tell me there? What you tell me there? She said sharply. That's that is English law. Law. The Mason boy fixed it. The boy worse than Satan, and he burned in hell one of these fine nights. Listen to me now, and I advise you what to do. Tell your husband you feeling sick. You want to visit your cousin in Martinique. Ask him pretty for some of your own money. The man not bad-hearted. He give it. When you get away, stay away. Ask more, he give again and well satisfied. In the end, he come to find out what you do, how you get on without him, and if he see you fat and happy, he want you back. Men like that. Better not stay in the old house. Go go from the house. I tell you. You think I must leave him? You ask me, so I answer. Yes, I said. After all, I could, but why should I go to Martinique? I wish to see England. I might be able to borrow money for that. Not from him, but I don't know how I might get it. I must travel far if I go. I have been too unhappy, I thought. It cannot last. Being so unhappy, I would kill you. It would kill you. I will be a different person when I live in England, and different things will happen to me. England, rosy pink in the geography book map. On the page opposite, the words are closely crowded, heavy looking, exports coal, iron, wool. Then imports and character of inhabitants, names Essex, Chelmsford and the Shelmer, the Yorkshire and the Lincolnshire wolds. Wolds? Does that mean hills? How high? Half the height of ours. Half the height of ours. Or not even that. Cool green leaves in the short cool summer. There are fields of corn like sugarcane fields, but gold color and not so tall. After summer, the trees are bare, then winter and snow, white feathers falling, torn pieces of paper falling. They say frost make flower patterns on the windows panes. I must know more than I know already. For I know that house where I will be cold and not belonging. The bed I shall lie in his red curtains, and have slept there many times before long ago. How long ago? In that bed I will dream and dream the end of my dream, but my dream has nothing to do with England, and I must not think. I must not think like this. I must remember about chandeliers and dancing, about swans and roses and snow. England, said Christophine, who was watching me. You think there is such a place? How can you ask that? You know there is. I never see the damn place. How I know? You do not believe that there is a country called England? She blinked and answered quickly. I don't say I don't believe. I say I don't know. I know what I see with my eyes, and I never see it. Besides, I ask myself, is this place like they tell us? Some say one thing, some different. I hear it cold to freeze your bones, and they thieve your money, clever like the devil. Devil, clever like the devil. You have money in your pocket. You look again and bam, no money. Why, why you want to go to this cold thief place? If there's a place at all, I never see it. That is one thing sure. I stared at her, thinking, but how can she know the best thing for me to do? This ignorant, obstinate, old Negro woman who is not certain if there is such a place as England. She knocked out her pipe and stared back at me. Her eyes had no expression at all. Christophine said, I must do as you advise, but not yet. Now I thought I must say what I came to say. You knew what I wanted as soon as you saw me, and you certainly know now. Well, don't you? I heard my voice getting high and thin. Hush up, she said. If the man don't love you, I can't make him love you. Yes, you can. I know you can. That is what I wished, and that is why I came here. You can make people love or hate, or die, I said. She threw back her hand and laughed loudly, but she never laughs loudly, and why is she laughing at all? So you believe in that Tim story about Albert you hear when you so high? All that foolishness and folly. Too besides, that is not for Beckett. Bad trouble come when Beckett meddle with that. You must, I said, you must. Hush up, Jojo, my son, coming to see me. If he catch you crying, he'd tell everybody. I will be quiet. I will not cry. But Christophine, if he, my husband, could come to me one night, once more, I will make him love me. No, Dodo, no. Yes, Christophine, you talk foolishness. Even if I can make him come to your bed, I cannot make him love you. Afterward, he hates you. No. And what do I care if he does? He hates me now. I hear him every night walking up and down the veranda, up and down. When he passes my door, he says, "Good night, Bertha." He never calls me Antoinette now. He has found out it was my mother's name. I hope you sleep well, Bertha. It cannot be worse, I said. That one night he came, I might sleep out afterwards. I sleep so badly now. And I dream. No, I don't meddle with that for you. Then I beat my fist on a stone, forcing myself to speak calmly, going away to Martinique or England or anywhere else. That is the lie. He will never give me any money to go away, and he would be furious if I asked him. There will be a scandal if I left him, and he hates scandal, even if I got away. And now, and how? He would force me back. So would Richard. So would everybody else, running away from him. From this island is the lie. What reason could I give for going, and who would believe me? When she bent her head, she looked old, and I thought, oh, Christophine, do not grow old. You are the only friend I have. Do not go away from me into being old. Your husband certainly loved money, she said. That is no lie. Money have pretty face for everybody. But for that man, money pretty like pretty self. He can't see nothing else. Alright, so that's for today. If you like it, subscribe. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.